Welcome to day 3. Welcome, welcome. I am so excited for today. Today, we're gonna tap into the realness. The R from Bare stands for realness, real, radical. Who's ready for this? So quick recap. As we start in the day 1 with just beauty, so accessing our bare essence from outside in. That's been the intention and the process. So we could pull out the beauty, so we could pull out the authenticity, so we could pull out the realness, so we could pull out our own personal expression. So in the first day with the beauty approach, we start a practice of recognizing, acknowledging, and claim it, say that out loud, in mirror, if possible, the characteristics, our own personal characteristics of what beauty means to us, and claim that beauty as we all been born beautiful and worthy and confident. Right. And the second day with the A, authenticity, the way that we open the door to pull out the authentic part of us so we could show up authentically. I invite you to do that through food, through eating, and, identify your own personal way of eating. What is your personal preference on taste, on texture? Create a whole experience and start healing that relationship with food, right? So I choose that because it's something that we are doing every day, multiple times a day. And when you find your own way of accessing your authenticity, then you could copy paste the same method in any area of your life. So today in day 3, we want to address the R in Bare. Realness, real. I'm curious how many of you, if any of you or people around you, you know that you don't show up fully with saying what you want to say or saying what you feel that you want to say. So keeping it real. And I want you to be okay with, let that be okay, and understanding that most of us, if you're anything like me, we grow up and we are taught about how to behave, how to speak. So we could fit those zillions of boxes and whatever, whomever decided how we should behave and how we should express ourselves, right? So as we claim our beauty for who we are and how we are, and as we access our own authenticity, first of all, to identify what are my personal preferences, what are my habits, what are my beliefs. Today, we want to go a little bit deeper and really activate the realness in us. How that sounds? And I want to, the intention for this session is to really spark the fire in you, that your unique fire, your unique realness. And the one that she knows that she's beautiful, and she knows who she is, and she knows who our authentic self is. And now she's ready to access the confidence and her own worth, and no longer pretend or no longer hide. And I want you to be aware of that, like hiding mainly through saying, I'm shy, I'm an introvert. It's a very sexy strategy of staying hidden. So we want to come out fully. I want you to come out fully as the real you. So that's the practice that we want to start today, to build on the other 2 practices that we created for the past 2 days. Now, The point with this session is to get you back into your body. You already remember who you are, who you were born to be, with all the qualities that you have since you were born, with all the birthrights, right? And now we want to activate your body from inside out. And I'm not talking about just to identify what is, but actually to put it in practice, actually to let it out with the intention of experiencing pleasure, satisfaction. And I'm not talking about sex, but I am not talking about sex. So it's going to get a little bit juicier and juicier as we go. The practice today is to activate our senses. So most of us have 5 senses, right? Taste, smell, seeing, hearing, and touching. Taste, smell, see, hear, touch, right? All right. So how do we do that? I'm going to give you some examples, and in your workbook, you could identify your own. This is, as I say for the beginning, I'm going to share some of my practices. And the way that we get to live life and take all the life in is actually to activate our senses so we could perceive it. So let's go through some few fun examples that I practice, I recommend, and once again, as always, take them, make them your own, or create your own. You get to create your own menu of activating your senses so you could perceive life in a pleasurable way and feel satisfied every day. We are here to have a good experience and to live fully. And talking about realness and building on beauty and authenticity, each and one of us, we are here to experience life through our own perception. Very important. It's your own perception. It's your own life. Remember, we talked yesterday, your life, your rules. So how do you decide that? Based on knowing who you are, identifying what's your print, and allow yourself to receive life through your own perception. Okay, let's start with taste. I love chocolate. There is chocolate everywhere in my life. In every handbag, there is a little bar of chocolate. So take a square of chocolate and let it melt on your tongue. Pay attention to how do you feel about it. So not only the taste, but how that taste makes you feel in your whole body. Or we're gonna go a little bit more naughty. Stick your finger into a jar of honey or Nutella and lick it slowly. I know, it's kind of hot. Again, depends of everyone's preferences, right? So when you taste the food, and now you see why I picked up that yesterday. Today we're just going to build on that. Is actually to pay attention of how that feels in your body. How does it feel in your body when you just bite into a wedge of orange and just suck that juice and just feel it in your mouth, and then what's the sensation, the pleasure, the satisfying feeling that you have in your whole body? Do you see how simple it is to just get into your body and fun? All right, and then you create your own. From yesterday, you identify your preferences when it comes to food and how to eat and the experience. And today you get to choose that when it comes to taste. Let's move on to the nose, to the smells. Smell the cookies. I'm thinking cookies, but when I'm thinking cookies, of course, first thing come in my mind is chocolate cookies, because I love chocolate and I can smell the chocolate. But I also, what I smell there is the vanilla essence. So if you have those bottles of, like, I don't know if you're a baker, I know I'm not. Luckily my kid is. So that's how I get to the cakes and muffins and banana bread and stuff. But those little bottle of extracts, not essence, extracts of vanilla, just take a sniff and just see how that feels in your body. When I give you the other day the example of my morning routine with the coffee, when the coffee is coming out, that smell of coffee is just like, it feels so good. It's awakened my whole body through smell, right? Or when you go grocery shopping and you pick up your parsley or cilantro and just smell it. And for a second, just stay there and see how that resonates in your body. All right, let's move on to hearing, listening. Yes, we listen to songs and it's just we awaken all the emotions, right? The inspiration, the fun, the dancing, the sadness, the drama, the everything, right? It's like we know how music awakens some emotion in us. So allow that to just like fully feel it in your body and let it come through. And it's coming through to tears, to laughter, to movement, whatever that music does to you, whatever that song does to you. And is that generally a really good way to get into your body through sound? Most of people are able of doing that. I want to stretch you into finding a finer tune, if you wish, as we talked the other day and we saw here. When the internet is not available, when the signal drops, what do we do then? Go for a walk. Go for a walk without listening to anything, without your earpods, and just listen to the traffic, listen to the people, and see how that feels. Or if that is too disturbing and it's too noisy, go into a park, or if you have a woods or jungle, go into nature and just listen to the birds, listen to the wind, listen to the sound of the leaves. If you're on the open field and it's quiet and there are no birds, I have that experience a lot years ago when I was living in New Zealand. Just listen to the sound of your feet as you walk the grass. Lay down on the ground and just listen to the nature. Not only to understand what am I listening, not with the intention of learning, what kind of bird is that? What sound is that? But with the intention of like, how does that make me feel? And taking it all the way into your body. All right, and we move to the fifth one, to the touch. Did we did it all? Taste, smell, listen. Oh, see. Let's see first. What are we watching? And I'm not talking television, which it's really good. I love me binge watching some good shows and whatnot, and seeing scenes or people or beauty or sadness, also it gets us present in our body because it's awakened those emotions, right? So that's a good strategy. But what do we do when we don't have TV, when we don't have signal, when we are out in the nature? We pay attention to that, right? Or go to an art gallery and allow yourself to just stare at a painting. Be there, again, not do it with the intention of learning about it, as with the intention of staying fully open to receive that beauty in and allow your emotions to be awakened. Take it into your body. Or when you're in a nature, same, just watch the flowers, watch the trees, stare at the sky, at the clouds. Oh my God, I miss New Zealand clouds. There are clouds everywhere, white, puffy, Simpson clouds. And I don't know if it's an island thing or whatnot, but they're like so close to the ground. Like when I would go hiking and I could see the shadow of the cloud, and it's just that sensation that, oh, when I'm going to make it to the top of that hill, I could actually just jump a little and touch the cloud. That was the what I saw, right? So we don't have that here in Los Angeles. The pollution is too thick. Or stare at the stars. Just lay down and stare at the stars, and again, take it in. How does that make you feel? And then the last one, the touch, of course, the touch. The touch. The biggest organ that we have is the skin. So put it at use. It's all I could recommend you to do. I don't know, take off your bra. Take off your bra and just allow to feel the texture of the clothes that you have on and see how that feels. Sleep naked. Sleep naked. The sheets. Play with the sheets. Do you like cotton? Do you like satin? Do you like a tough fabric? Do you like soft and furry? And just allow your body to awaken through touch. Even in a healing space, like just touching yourself, it's very soothing, right? It's not all about how we touch to awaken, to be aroused and turn on and all that, which is absolutely fabulous and great and recommended. But also the touch, like the hugs, right? The warmth of another body, and allow yourself to feel loved and embraced. So as a single woman, I don't get to have my hugs and kisses every morning, every night. So I allowed myself to experience, to take in pleasure, to touch by other things, the clothes that I put on, right? The sheets that I'm sleeping in, the lotion that I apply on my body. Or lately I discovered the dry brush. Oh my God, it's like, why nobody told me this 10 years ago? The dry brush to brush before a shower, just to awaken the skin. And of course, it's brushing off all the dead skin. Amazing tool and self-care and self-love tool. Try it on. So that's where we are with awaken, using our senses to awaken our body and to know exactly how we perceive life, and allow ourselves to talk about it and share that from this place, because it's ours. And this is how opinions are born. People are talking about, oh, that's not light blue, that is lighter blue, and it's like it's anyone's perception. So we get to have that print. It's so individual and so personalized, and it's not about being right, it's about being honest. If this is how you see it, this is how you say it, this is how you hear it, this is how you feel it, that's it. It's your truth. There is no reason to argue with anybody who's right and who's wrong. Everybody's right. Everybody's right because everybody's perceiving from where they are through their own way of perception. Some people are more acute to taste. Some people have the sense of smell like super developed. Some people don't see well. And, it's like we are all so unique, and everybody is right and everybody is exactly what they are, and they're great where they are. The invitation here is to take those senses that you already have and be more mindful about it, to expand them more. I want to give you a bonus note. I did say that I'm not talking about sex, but when I say pleasure, it's not what we are thinking, all of us first, even though it's not limited to sex. So the question is, what doesn't make a sexual experience being a great experience? Besides, of course, like being with the right person, meaning that there is a connection, diving into the trust of trusting the other person or the other people, if it's more than one person involved. But we can skip this three fundamental, really, which is, it's all up to us. It's up to me if I have those three things down before I even walk into that space. So hear me out. It's very important, because we know there is so many conversation around inhibition and whatnot, but we can't skip the fundamental. And that being said, I do want to invite you to tune into the Bare Lifestyle podcast, especially this season. I'm bringing a guest, and starting next week, I'm gonna release these recording that I have, and we want to dive deeper into the pleasure and sensuality and sexuality, and eliminate all the myths around age and menopause and postmenopause and all the things. So the three fundamentals that I want to give you here as a bonus is, number one, love your body. The whole work of self-care and self-love, and really get into the practice of loving who you are as you are, loving your body, and really knowing every inch of your body, where it's at and what it looks like, and love it all. I truly believe, and I don't have to be right? It's my perception. I truly believe that you cannot have an amazing, great sex if you don't know, and you don't love your own body. Number two, knowing your pleasures. And this is where authenticity and realness tap into, like knowing your pleasure. What do you like? How do you like it? For how long do you like it? Where do you like it? Is it a touch? Is it a press? Is it a lick? Is it a suck? Is it like, what is it? And where? And which one is where on your body, and for how long, and how do you like it? Like knowing your pleasures, like really be in your body, in touch with your own senses, and knowing your preferences. We can't skip this one and expect to have an amazing sex. It's just, I don't believe that. And number three, be open to receive. Be open to receive pleasure. Meaning that before I even walk into that space, all my senses are awakened. I mean, that's, for me, at least, that's the role of the foreplay, to awaken all the senses. Play with it. see what you see, allow to love what you see, yourself or your partner, right? Like awaken the seeing, the smell, the perfume, the body, everybody has their own sense, and awaken that, the taste, like through the kiss, through the lick, to whatever's going on in that foreplay, right? The touch. Take it in, like when you are being touched and when you touch your partner. It's all awaken the whole senses and getting really fully into your body. So it is my belief that we cannot skip this 3 and then expect to have an amazing sex experience. What happened when one of those pieces are missing is blaming on the other person, or finding excuses of, I'm before my period, or I'm just feeling heavy, or whatever. Excuses, when we have facts and evidence that doesn't matter if you before or after or during and or whatever your period is, or if you big or large or small or tiny, there is evidences that everybody got to have an amazing sex life, but it starts with you. Loving your body, really knowing every inch of your body, knowing your pleasure, really knowing what you like and where you like it and for how long and how you like it, and then be fully open to receive. Of course, a lot goes into that, like the trust in yourself, the trust in the partner, the trust in what's happening, right? So these are the things that we actually really address in a conversation in a Bare Lifestyle podcast, and in the individual work in a Bare experience. So if you want to look to on my simonaspark.com/bare, and I offer a few spaces for private Bare experience, and those are the things that we go deep into them. Because most of the times the reason that we cannot get there with any of these 3 parts is because of the trauma, is because of how we've been raised, is because of all the things that we talked already in yesterday's session and a 2-day session, the stereotypes, the laws, the rules, the governments, the societal rules and norms, and so on. So that's the work that we are doing there. That's that. That's that. This was my my bonus for the awaken the senses, so you could keep it real and just take the pleasure into the bedroom or into the kitchen or into the living room. You're allowed to have sex everywhere, and just be mindful of how important self-care, self-love, knowing your body, loving your body, knowing your pleasure and expressing your pleasure. There is no accident. We mentioned boundaries the other day. It's just that could be a whole different course. I didn't want to insist on that. How important all of this are in order to have a full, pleasurable, satisfying experience. So in closing, I want to remind you that you are unique. You have your own print, and that print let us know who you really are. So I invite you to tap into your realness so you could pull out the Bare essence through that doorway. And don't forget that you are beautiful and you are worthy and you are amazing. Thank you for being here today. I will see you tomorrow. I wish you a Bare day. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing Bare experience.